In an age when myths and mortals intertwined, on the sun-kissed shores of ancient Japan lived a young fisherman named Urashima Tarō. At 25, he was the picture of health and kindness, with sun-bronzed skin, jet black hair that danced in the sea breeze, and deep brown eyes that held a universe of compassion. He was a simple man, living with his mother and making a living from the ocean's bounty. One morning, as the dawn painted the beach in shades of silver, Tarō spotted a group of rowdy children tormenting a creature on the sand. It was a magnificent sea turtle, its shell as large as a dining table, a tapestry of velvet green and ancient moss. The turtle's eyes, filled with age-old wisdom, also held a profound sorrow. Tarō's gentle heart couldn't bear the sight. He approached the children, not with anger, but with a kind smile. He gave them all the money he had, a small treasure for him, and persuaded them to let the turtle go. He then carefully cradled the heavy creature, his hand stroking its cool, damp shell, and guided it back to the welcoming waves. As the turtle swam away, it turned back, and a voice like water from a deep cavern echoed in Tarō's ears. "Noble Tarō, you are the most merciful son of these seas. I am an envoy of the dragon god, Ryūgū-jō, and a servant to his daughter, Princess Otohime. For your incredible kindness, I invite you to Ryūgū-jō, our palace beneath the waves, a place of eternal beauty and happiness." Tarō, stunned but intrigued, accepted the magical invitation. He climbed onto the turtle's broad, sturdy back, and they began their descent into the ocean's heart. It was a journey into a realm of deep sapphire and emerald green, a world untouched by the sun's full glare. This descent felt like a slow, waking dream. He found, to his amazement, that he could breathe underwater, the first taste of the magic to come. Around him, fluorescent fish shimmered like scattered stars, crystal-winged sea angels soared, and sleek swordfish darted past like knights in silver armor. The profound silence of the deep washed over him, a peace so complete it cleansed him of all earthly noise. And then, his eyes widened in disbelief. Before him rose Ryūgū-jō, the Dragon Palace, an architectural marvel beyond human imagination. Colossal towers of snow-white coral reached for the watery sky. The roof was a mosaic of giant, opalescent oyster shells, reflecting an inner light that made the entire palace glow like a submerged sun. The walls were encrusted with every gem of the deep rubies, emeralds, sapphires radiating a light that banished all shadows. The main gates, crafted from shimmering mother-of-pearl, were adorned with magical seaweed that pulsed with a silvery sheen. At the palace entrance, a figure of ethereal grace awaited him, Princess Otohime. she appeared as a young woman with skin as white as moonlight and long, black hair that flowed from beneath a sea moss green and gold kimono. Her voice was as soft as a seashell's whisper, her eyes as mysterious as the ocean's depths. The princess took Taro's hand, her touch cool and gentle, and led him into the heart of the palace to 4 magical halls where time itself stood still. First, they entered the Hall of Spring. Here, the floor was a carpet of tiny pink and white sea flowers scattered on crystallized silver sand. Mosses hung from the ceiling like dripping, glowing rubies. The air was thick with the sweet scent of cherry blossoms, and tiny glass-winged insects chimed like miniature bells. It was a place of endless freshness and new beginnings. Next was the Hall of Summer, a chamber of fiery vibrancy. The walls blazed with red and yellow corals, and the ceiling shimmered with orange topaz. Gigantic yellow flowers bloomed in the center, releasing an intense, sweet perfume. Joyful little sea dragons and turquoise-tailed sea nymphs danced to lively, fast-paced music. This was a hall of eternal celebration. From there, they moved to the Hall of Autumn, a space of tranquil, mature beauty. The light was a rich tapestry of gold, crimson, and amber. Branches of red gold coral, resembling maple leaves, created a noble, contemplative atmosphere. Wise old turtles and ancient fish gathered in corners, lost in deep, silent philosophical discussions. The hall was filled with a sense of peaceful abundance. Finally, they reached the Hall of Winter, a crystallized wonderland. Everything was crafted from materials that looked like frosted glass and dull silver. Transparent sea moss on the walls sparkled like ice crystals. The air was crisp, pure, and utterly clear. Tiny, diamond-bright silver fish drifted through the water like delicate snowflakes, dancing in the profound, perfect silence. Here, Tar felt a peace he had never known, a serenity that washed away all his worldly worries. In Ryūgū-jō, every day was a festival. Tar feasted on foods of divine flavor and sang with the creatures of the sea. Captivated by Princess Otohime's enchanting smile and the palace's endless wonders, he completely lost track of time, forgetting his life on the surface entirely. But after what felt like only a few blissful days, a sharp pang of memory struck his heart. He remembered his elderly mother, waiting for him back in his village. With great sorrow, he thanked Princess Otohime for her hospitality and explained that he must return home. The princess's eyes filled with sadness, but she understood. As a farewell gift, she presented him with a small, ornate wooden box, tied with a golden silk ribbon. It was made of dark ebony, inlaid with shimmering mother of pearl and coral. Urashima Tarō, she said, her voice trembling slightly, this box, the Tamatebako, holds the memory of our happiness together. Take it with you, but I ask one thing of you, a promise more precious than life itself. No matter what happens, you must never, ever open this box. Tarō, his heart heavy, accepted the box and the solemn vow. He clutched it to his chest as the turtle carried him back to the world above. When he stepped ashore, however, horror washed over him. The vibrant village he knew was gone. The houses were dilapidated and unfamiliar. The people's clothing was strange. He searched for his humble home, but found only moss-covered stones and the lonely whisper of the wind. He approached a stooped old man leaning on a cane. When Tarō asked about his own family, the old man's weathered face creased with confusion. Urashima Tarō, the old man whispered, "Ah, that is an old story. A tale of a kind fisherman who was taken to the sea by a turtle. They say 300 years have passed since he disappeared." The terrible truth crashed down on Tarō. His few days in the Dragon Palace had been centuries on land. His mother, his friends, his entire world all turned to dust and memory. Overwhelmed by grief and despair, he forgot Princess Otohime's desperate plea. Perhaps this magical box held an answer, a way to turn back time. With trembling hands, he untied the golden ribbon of the Tamatebako and slowly pried open the lid. A thick, pearly white smoke billowed out, swirling around him like a gentle yet deadly cloud. It was the smoke of time, carrying all the centuries he had skipped in the palace beneath the sea. As the smoke enveloped him, it stole his youth. In an instant, the strong, vibrant fisherman was gone. In his place stood a frail old man, his hair as white as snow, his face a canvas of deep, sorrowful wrinkles. Urashima Tarō learned, in the most painful way possible, that the magical world of Ryūgū-jō existed in a different flow of time. His story became one of Japan's most poignant legends, a timeless reminder that while kindness can bring incredible rewards, the laws of nature and time are not to be defied. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into Japanese folklore. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales from around the world. See you next time.